The economy is not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Things are very difficult for common mwananchi
Yes, yes.
to make
Yeah.
ends meet.
Yes,
It's
yes.
becoming very difficult. You have to really hustle for you
Really.
to be able to put something on the table.
Really,
Yeah,
really,
life is very difficult, my friend. I can assure you that.
really. How do
Yes.
you see this condition now, according to the way government they try to put up in this financial bill of the VAT for the fuel? How do you think that maybe gonna affect something or what can happen?
The prices are really hiked. So once the introduction of this finance bill, I believe it's going to be even terrible, because at the moment, if
Yeah,
things are the way they are the way they are,
yeah, yeah.
and fuel at the moment is at that price. So I believe if some VAT is going to be added on fuel, it's going to be, make life very difficult for everybody.
Because at the moment I can see situation some women crying a lot, according to the way their husband said they're trying to look for the job every day. When they come home, they come with nothing. Children, they don't go to school because of the way situation it is. How do you think if this from 8% to 16%, how affect can be could be?
That one is for sure going to affect so many families. Especially, it's going to bring a lot of problems to families,
Yes,
because
yes.
at the moment you can see
Yeah,
there is no cohesion in families.
yeah, yeah.
Reason is because families cannot be able to meet their daily targets,
Yeah,
their
yeah.
financial targets.
Really.
So you end up finding so many marriage breaking,
Yeah, yeah.
so many people even committing suicide. A
Really.
husband goes out, looks for a job the whole day.
Yeah,
At the
yeah.
end of it all, maybe he doesn't get one. He goes back to the family. The family is looking for him to provide.
Yeah, really.
And even if he gets that job, most of the jobs you end up getting maybe lower than 1,000
Really.
shillings in a day.
Really.
So you can imagine if you have a family of around 6 or 8 people,
Yeah, yeah.
it's almost impractical to cater for their needs in a day. Yeah, it's becoming very difficult. Very, very, very difficult.
Because I
Yes.
have seen so many people, they was very happy at the during campaigning time. They used to say that now the government is going for the lower people, normal people, mwananchi wa kawaida, because a common mwananchi, because they say that they are going to support a lot for the hustlers and the border and these traders. How do you see this kind of life now after that election finished? Now we are in real situation.
My suggestion is,
Yeah.
maybe first the government could be able to make sure that it fights to make sure that every Kenyan
Yeah.
can be able to provide for himself, provide for his family.
Yeah.
Then the rest can
Yeah.
come later.
Really?
But as for now, I think the most the most appropriate thing to do is to make sure that every family can be able to live a life that is vulnerable, that is, I mean, they can be able to get their basic needs.
And what is your opinion about the government, the way they say that they cannot borrow any more money from outside, but the country can go on by himself? How do you think, in your mind, what president said that he cannot borrow any more money from the foreign country? He can just collect taxes from the people here and go on with his issue from the government. How do you think about that?
First, they must make sure that the common mwananchi doesn't suffer. That
Really?
is for sure. Whichever way they do. I don't know their policies, what they are going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are going to find money.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't put a heavy burden to their citizens. The citizen
Yeah, yeah.
be sufficient in food,
Yeah.
in the basic needs.
Really,
In
really.
food,
Yeah,
can
yeah.
provide for their family,
Yeah.
can pay the school fees,
Yeah.
and that. Then the government, that is according to their policy. If they find that they can be able to do something that will actually generate money, but without putting more burden to the common man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I can see now even subsidy for the maize flour have been gone, subsidy for the fuel have gone.
Yes.
That it can affect really mwananchi.
Yes, subsidies, it's a big thing, because like the previous government, what I understood is because of the changing of prices in the world market, fuel prices in the world market. So the government used to give subsidy on fuel.
Yes,
That is,
yes.
they used to carry some burden for the Mwananchi in
Mm.
order for the Mwananchi not to actually bear the whole cost of that fuel. So subsidies, according to me, I feel it's very important because it's going to actually remove some burden for the common Mwananchi. So if we have some subsidy on fuel, it means now that the government is going to pay something for us, so that we don't feel that burden of paying the whole amount. Sometimes the fuel is determined by the world market. That
Really?
is true.
Really?
Yeah. So, but once you understand that your people do not have money, their economic power is not so well. So what do? You have actually to kind of do something
Yeah.
to actually help them.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Really?
Yes, yes.
Really? Really?
So without subsidies, things are going to skyrocket, and the common Mwananchi is going to continue suffering.
Because now there is no subsidy for the moment.
Yeah.
So that means everything, when the price come high, you'll have to pay from your pocket.
Exactly. You have to cater for that fully. The government doesn't assist you. But if you have a subsidy, then it means the government is going to take some burden out of you.
Really?
So it pays something small. Even in terms of paying school fees, there used to be some kind of money that used to go to every student. Per year. I think that money has really gone down. It's not like the previous government. We used to have, at least even you could see the fees, the amount of fees that people were paying was a bit low. Yes.
And how about this time about the fees of the school? What is going on about the school fees? Because I see sometimes nowadays so many children, they don't go to school. And before I used to see most of children, because during the tenant of Kibaki, if children, they find him in the village, you as a father, you have a question to answer. But nowadays, I can see children walking in the village and nobody say anything. What is the cost of that?
Yeah, as I'm saying, it's because of how life has become difficult. One, the school fees are almost high. The school fees are very high. You have to cough a lot of money to be able to keep your children in school. Number two, life generally is difficult. So you find a parent would not be able to even get money to provide food. The government used to pay the fees. Some amount to every student in the country, like in high schools.
Like in high school. So why these things happen like that? Because of what? Economic problem, or what make these things happen?
That is what I'm saying. These government policies, you don't know. That is why we are saying, as common Mwananchi, the government should be able to understand us, hear our plea. Yes, listen to us, because now most of the people, maybe the government is not doesn't know what is happening on the ground.
Really?
Things are very difficult because if to put food itself, it's becoming difficult. How would you be able to, a common person, maybe whose job is a casual laborer?
Casual labor.
He doesn't know if today he'll get a job. And maybe if he gets, his remuneration is like 1,000 a day. He has maybe 6 kids. He has to feed those kids. He has to clothe those people. He has to pay rent. And you expect that the same amount of money to send kids to school. It's becoming almost hard.
Really. So I mean, now this government, the way president will say that he cannot borrow anything from the foreign country so that he can continue with his thing in this country, that it have bring problem for the country.
But what my issue is, whatever policy is that the government is doing, it needs to consider the welfare of the people.
Because welfare of the people is very important.
The government is ours. We donated power to the government. We are actually the supreme organ of that government,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we provide power for them to actually govern us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So they have to listen to our plea. They have to look in all ways to
Yeah,
see
really.
that we don't suffer
Really,
by
really.
any means. Whatever they're going to do, whatever they're going to make sure that the common mwananchi doesn't suffer.
And how do you see yourself, our economy, the way it's going on now, when you are at work at the night time?
Yeah.
Is it really like before, or you see some changes?
Very many changes.
Uh-huh.
Like now,
Yeah.
compared to maybe 2 years
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
when we used to have even subsidies on fuel.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, you could actually have a liter, maybe at a lesser price.
Yeah, yeah.
So that means you
Yeah.
could be able to move more kilometers looking
Yeah.
for clients.
Clients,
But
yeah.
as of now, fuel is costly. You just have to move some few kilometers and the fuel is over. At the same
Over.
time,
Yeah, yeah.
people don't have money. So you have fuel,
Yeah.
the price is high.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you get a customer, the
Yeah.
customer doesn't have money. If you say you give the customer the price according to equivalent to the
Oil.
the cost of fuel,
Oil,
the customer
fuel, yeah, yeah.
can't afford. So you see, so the burden goes till things become even more difficult because you have to carry the same distance in a lower price
Yeah.
than before, and you're using more fuel. Yes.
So that means our economy is coming down nowadays.
Economy is rough for the small, for the common one. The economy is not doing well.
So what can we say? We can say that because of the government is still new, that they're still planning for the things, or what is happening until these things happen like that? What can we say?
I don't concur with that because it doesn't have to. It has to listen to the players. I believe the government has enough money, but
Yeah.
it's only the policies that they have maybe to change. Yeah. First, put what is the priority. First things first. The things that affect the common mwananchi on
Yeah.
a daily basis
Yeah,
must
yeah.
come first. Yeah. First, let the common mwananchi have money on his pocket
Really?
before you even think maybe of any other developments. Yeah. Let the people be able to have money in their pocket. They can be able to actually maintain their families. Yeah.
Because now I think the world have got this economical crisis.
Yes.
What do you think in our country that is affect also about this Russia war? Also, some people say because Russia and Ukraine they are fighting, that also it make economic of the world to becoming bad.
You see, we don't live in isolation.
Yeah.
Our world, we are we live with others. We live together with other people. So whatever affects other people also affects us.
Yeah.
But I believe,
Yeah.
yes, like the war in Ukraine and Russia
Yeah.
affected everybody because one, fuel prices went up. Reason because there was no business trading. Business going well between countries.
Yeah, really.
So
really.
that one obvious affected us. Ukraine is one of the major suppliers of oil and other things, and this cooking oil and
yeah,
the rest.
Yeah. The rest, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So without that country producing that, obviously there'd be very little supply of oil. And with that, it's going to affect everybody. But those are other factors. But the main factors are here with us.
Really?
Yes. They are external factors. But the main problem is our internal factors. And I believe is maybe policies, economic policies. They are not well. They have to think something very, very fast. See how they can be able to save this situation. Because even the fabric of the family, I'm telling you, many families are breaking. Reason? Because of money, because of poverty.
Poverty, really?
Yes.
Really? Really?
Families are breaking apart. You can even find men. Like I had another time in
Yeah.
one of the stations
Yeah, yeah.
that a woman,
Yeah.
a man,
Yeah.
allowed his wife,
Yeah.
because he didn't have a job,
Yeah.
allowed his wife
Yeah.
to go
Yeah.
and sell her body to be
Yeah.
able to run that family. But they should keep it a secret between the two of them, the man and
the wife.
the husband and the wife.
Husband and the wife.
You can imagine how much that has gone far.
Yeah.
Yes. A man allowing his own wife to go and sell her body in order to be able to keep up that family. Yes.
Which is very bad.
It's very bad. It's becoming very, very, very bad. Yeah.
And I can see now it is happening for so many families nowadays. They keep it in secret.
Yes.
According to the poverty way and the system of life the way it is.
Exactly.
Because they can say, even me, when I sleep and
Yeah.
you have come with nothing, what the children are going to eat in the morning,
Yeah.
and even now they are sleeping without food.
Yes.
What can we do?
Yes.
Then woman decides something to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why the things happen like that most of the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's really a bad situation.
Really bad situation. So
Yeah.
what can you tell the people about this kind of situation we have in poverty? What can you tell them at the end of our interview?
Yeah, that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We should actually air our voices to our government.
Yeah.
They have to listen to our plea that we are suffering.
Really.
Yes, they have
Really?
to do something.
Really,
We put
really?
them in power
Yeah.
to be able to make our lives better.
Really,
Yes,
really.
and they have to listen to our voices.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
to know
Yeah.
that people on the ground,
Yeah.
the common mwananchi,
Yeah.
the person who doesn't have a job,
Yeah.
how is he surviving at the moment? And there are so many of them. Very many of them, they are doing casual jobs.
Really.
A job that you don't know if you're going to keep it tomorrow. Once you get it today,
Yeah.
you don't know the next time when you're going to work.
Really.
Yes.
Really.
And even when you get it,
Yeah.
the amount of money that you're going to reap from that job
Yeah.
is almost nothing. Yes.
Really.
So they have to listen to us.
Yeah.
Had they're going through with in terms of this finance bill, they are actually going around asking some questions from from Wananchi,
Yeah.
collecting views from Wananchi.
Yes.
I believe they're going to take those views seriously
Yeah.
and let's see what to do. Because the common Mwananchi is suffering.
Really.
We are really going through a very hard time.
Yeah.
So many families are breaking.
Yeah. Really.
So many children are actually staying at home. So many people are getting depressed. Yes, even those people who are working themselves. So many of them, they have to survive on loans. You actually, this month, you take a loan. The next time, before the end of the month, you top another loan. So you get the salary, you pay the loan, you top up again with the loan, so you survive on loans, basically. Yes.
Yeah. Really.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah.
Really.
So
So even people now, the way this government calculating this vote,
Yeah.
they have to be careful with the good things for their life, because
Yes.
the life now is hard.
Yes.
And if they do any mistake
Yes.
in this vote,
Yeah.
Yes. It's going to cost their life also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to take care and to think about what is going to happen in the coming days.
Yes.
Because people are really suffer.
People are really suffering. Yes.
Okay, my brother, welcome. This is Radio Bombolulu. If you watch this video, you can subscribe and like. We are talking about the social issue which is facing people in this community. You are welcome.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay, my brother. Yeah.